Here we are again. Another Overpromised. Covino Rich. What's going on, buddy?
It's another hump day?
Dude.
Gonna make it a better hump day, better hump night. Let's go. Welcome to Overpromised, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, Covino. And Rich, this is our bonus show, again, normally on Fox Sports Radio, Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 on the West, and we never have enough time, so here we are. Later in the show, aside from Rich's dope-ass picks.
Whew. This game tomorrow night, Thursday Night Football, so bad that we might actually win.
Oh, nice.
Can't wait.
My man.
My man.
Later in the show, athletes who look drastically different from the start of their career to the end of their career, and it involves James Harden. We'll explain.
Sir. Yes, sir. But, I wanted to start with this Reddit thread that's gone viral over the last week or so. I was trying to avoid it because I'm like, oh, look at these fantasy football nerds offering up something a little drastic. If you have not seen this, there's a dude that was so desperate to try to get back in the mix on his fantasy football team.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you said desperate, by the way.
Oh, yeah. There's a guy in my league who's 3-5 and desperate to turn around his season, needs more consistency with the running back position. He sent me a text saying he wants CMC. He wants McCaffrey, but there's not really anyone on his team that I want. I'm currently 7-1, so I don't need to make any changes, this guy's saying. He said, I'm just reading, I can bang his wife one time if I accept the trade.
For McCaffrey.
What?
Jeez Louise. Didn't know this was on the table, really bringing the fantasy side of things to the game.
This has been going viral, and my wife pointed out, she goes, if this guy's wife is so willing, she's just been waiting for any opportunity to get with someone else.
Probably. Look, everybody has a different lifestyle. Maybe that's their lifestyle and they're cool with that, especially in today's world. People are open to different things, but there's so many factors involved here. Like, what does she look like? Right? I mean, isn't that a factor here? Yeah. Right? Like, hey, I'm not willing to give up my team. I don't even know who she is. Not my style. Maybe that's not even his style, but I think you have to see who we're dealing with to even consider this as an option.
Is the league high stakes, low stakes? Is it one of those where every guy throws in $20, or is it one of those fantasy leagues where, thousands of dollars are involved? That would be the difference. And you might say, really, would you sleep with your buddy's wife? People live freaky deaky lifestyles now. I don't think anything's off the table for a lot of people.
Well, that's, as my dad would say, salsicha zone with provolone, different strokes for different folks, yes, right? Sir. But who's to say that this guy's in a committed or not committed relationship? I don't know. So that's also another part of it, right? But I also think we live in a world today where not only anything goes in the bedroom, but just anything goes. There's like weird rules. I think sites like OfferUp opened up the floodgates. Like every once in a while, I'm trying to make a deal. Like I'm trying to sell something online, like eBay, OfferUp, things like that. Facebook Marketplace. I'll be like, yo, here's a pair of Jordans, brand new. And then some jabroni, some bonehead hits me up. It's like, how about I trade you a pogo stick and a skateboard and call it even? I'm like, how about no? How about I want cash money? Because these are the rules I'm playing by. We're playing, we're playing for money here. And in this game is traditionally, we trade for players, right? And then you got this mindset now where people are just making up their own rules, and you either roll with it or you don't. In this case, I'm not going to roll with it. I'm like, yeah, your wife, let's see her first. But no, players for players.
And of course, we're assuming
call me old school.
We're assuming the wife is down for this. And if the wife is down for this guy should win the league every year, because if you got a bunch of desperate guys in your fantasy football league, you could build a super team. They might have to put a clause in this league like, no one's banging anyone's wives for picks here, okay?
Yeah, you're right. In a league for money, is that even okay?
Imagine if they're swingers and this guy's like, I don't care. And he's like, I want McCaffrey. Who do you got? Yeah, Joe Burrow? Yeah.
He's offering his wife up to everybody. And Rich, you posed another interesting question.
What would your wife be willing to do for this player right here?
Right. Man, what's your wife willing to do for Patrick Mahomes?
How bad do you want this fantasy team to win?
I'm wondering, too, again, in today's world where anything goes, like, where does it end?
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day.
It's a slippery slope.
We were saying the other day, we can't deny the fact that OnlyFans is a big deal. A lot of young women and dudes are doing everything on OnlyFans. What if you know the person? What if your next door neighbor is on OnlyFans? Is it creepy and weird if you, quote, support them? If the girl at work is on OnlyFans.
Again, we have to reset our brains and understand there's a new way of thinking, right? Like you said, you pointed out the fact that this is a fantasy league. So chances are they know each other, right? And he knows that wife. So again, you have to separate yourself from the old way of thinking to the new opportunities. Like you brought up OnlyFans. If Rich's wife had an OnlyFans page, am I supporting her by checking it out? Oh. Or am I being a creep because that's your wife? You know, like there's so many angles that we need to readjust and rethink now. And fantasy sports has taken on a whole new sort of thing. A whole new meaning.
Whole new meaning. Yeah, this is a different. I think you should check the rules before you enter leagues like this. Wait, what can you do?
But I'm wondering what else you could throw into the mix. Like I said, it's a slippery slope. Offering up your wife. What else you offering
up?
My dog? Right, exactly. Yeah, like you can have my house for a weekend. Like it's a slippery slope, guys. And people take this way serious. So someone's going to have to figure it out. I'm glad it's not me.
All right. Well, that leads us to, speaking of wagering and fantasy football, Thursday Night Football this week is what I'm calling Battle of the Uglies. Now, before we get into the pick, Covino, you have a story back in the day where in your high school, the two ugliest kids sort of battled it out, right?
The thinking is, consciously or subconsciously, everybody knows who their competition is, right? Like, you know, my guy's fighting that guy. Who's your main guy? You know, everybody on the outsiders knows who their main guy is. Everyone on the socials knows who their main guy is.
Of course.
Everybody knows who their competition is.
If you watch Cobra Kai, which, by the way, great show.
Yeah.
When they do the, all Valley tournaments, you know that, their little pipsqueak is going to face the other little pipsqueak. And then, their, guy with the Mohawk Hawk is going to fight the other delinquent.
Yeah, everybody knows. Everybody knows. Even if it's unspoken, that guy's my competition. And I think two of the ugliest kids in school growing up, they knew. They're like, I know that I'm the ugly kid. That ugly kid, he's my competition. And they fought each other. They were two small, ugly. They both had like hunchbacks. Two ugly kids. They went at it. It was the battle of the uglies.
It sounds mean.
Yeah. It does, but again, this was the 90s.
Yeah,
it was okay.
It was okay. But tomorrow night,
battle of the
uglies. We got a battle of the uglies in the NFL.
Meaning two weak ass teams.
Well, the two weakest ass teams, you got the Carolina Panthers, who have one win.
Battle of the weak ass teams.
And the Chicago Bears, who had some high hopes to sort of turn things around this year.
Yeah.
Got two wins. So combined, we're talking about 3 W's. And you wonder, like, where do you even begin to bet on a game like this? Just if you want some action, a little wager for the fun of it. I think we're going to start with the over-under. We're going to do a teaser bet, but the over-under is at 38.5. I'm going up to 44.5 and picking the under because I can't see both of these teams lighting it up, putting up 20 or 30 points. But then the argument could be, well, they're both so bad. Maybe they just keep scoring back and forth. But Thursday night,
they're both so bad, but it's the battle
of the uglies.
Of the uglies.
Battle of the uglies.
Right? It's like, well, we don't want to be the weakest team, so they're going at it regardless.
But subconsciously, fans are saying, I want to lose. Because when you're the battle of the uglies, people are trying to say who wants Caleb Williams or whoever.
Factor that in and probably take the under.
So I like the under at 44.5. These guys are playing regardless. They want to win. They don't want to, the fans may want you to get the number 1 pick. I was reminded the other day that had the Jets lost one meaningless game a couple of years ago, they would have had Trevor Lawrence. So if you think these bad teams are trying to lose, no one's trying to lose. So battle of the uglies, Bears, Panthers. I'm going under 44.5, thinking that even if this game is 20-14, 23-10, like the 17-14, like, can you really see this being a high scoring affair? I don't think so. So I'm going under 44.5. And because they're two, not great teams, I don't see anyone blowing out the other. Plus 9.5 for the Panthers. The Bears are 3.5-point favorites. It's in Chicago. It's getting chilly. Midwest, Windy City. Soldier Field is a home field advantage, even though it's the Bears. So I like Panthers plus 9.5, almost getting double digits, and under 44.5. You could argue and say, dude, I don't like either team here, but just for the fun of it, for the hell of it, for the smell of it, let's go under 44.5 and Panthers plus 9.5. That right there, my friends, is your Thursday night teaser bet.
What about the over-under on how many people cry at the Golden Bachelor this weekend? Because it's down to what? 2 or 3? Is it 2 or 3 now? What's the over-under there?
I have a question.
Because I'm just as excited about the Golden Bachelor as I am about.
You should be more excited about the Golden Bachelor. Yeah. I'm more excited about.
I love the comfort of the game is on, though. I do.
I am more excited about Bachelor in Paradise in this Thursday night game. I will watch, but Golden Bachelor #1, Thursday Night Football #2. Here's the question. When they went for the hometowns, I'm not watching the Golden Bachelor. I'm thinking to the Bachelor and Bachelorette days. It's always like, these are my girlfriends. This is where I hang out and drink. This is my apartment. This is my dog Fluffy. When it's the Golden Bachelor, it's like, these are my grandkids.
Yeah.
Is that how it is?
Gary shows up. He's like, "How you doing, little fella?" And they're like,
Are you our new grandpa now?
"Well, I just might be someday. Who knows?" So yeah, that's where they're at on the show. Enjoy that as well on your Thursday.
Wow, Golden Bachelor.
It's a heart tugger for sure.
Bachelor in Paradise. Oh, and the Battle of the Uglies again. +9.5 Panthers, under 44.5. We're finding out right now who the pretenders are. DraftKings Sportsbook got you covered. Who are the contenders? Who are the pretenders? More than halfway through the NFL season, DraftKings Sportsbook is still pumping out unbeatable offers every single game. New customers can bet just $5 on anything, and you're going to get $200 instantly in bonus bets.
And DraftKings isn't stopping there. All customers can take advantage of a sweetener offer every game. Get in on the football action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the app now. Use code OVERPROMISED. And again, new customers can bet just $5 on anything to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code OVERPROMISED. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, licensee partner Golden Nugget, Lake Charles, and Louisiana. 21 plus age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms for eligibility, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply.
Again, Panthers +9.5, under 44.5. As you were reading that, Covino,
Yeah.
You know how a lot of times your phone will autocorrect and you're like, I'm not saying duck. I promise you.
I'm never saying duck.
I'm never saying duck.
That's quacktastic.
I don't think DraftKings is offering a sweetener offer every week. I think it's a sweet new offer.
You know, I thought maybe that was their play on words. Like, it's the sweetener.
Oh, it's got the sweetness.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. So I rolled with it. But thank you guys for hanging out. Code OVERPROMISED, Covino and Rich.
For those
brought to you by
sweetener-
DraftKings Sportsbook.
They got the sweetener offers every week.
How do you know that's not what they?
It's a
I don't know.
new lingo.
I
New
don't know.
lingo.
Thanks for bringing it up, Rich. You're the best. Again, Covino and Rich, you want to hear us go at it Monday through Friday. Join us on Fox Sports Radio. Thank you for being here, not only Wednesdays, but on Fridays. So let's make it a great week. Already thinking about Thanksgiving.
I'm looking at the
also
calendar.
thinking about basketball.
We got 2 weeks. Today,
Yeah.
when this episode comes out, we're live now on a Wednesday, 2 weeks until the biggest party night of the year when everyone sees their old stupid friends the night before Thanksgiving. Can you believe this snuck up on us like that? And by the way, I know you were asking before the Lakers play tonight. They're at the Rockets tonight. I know you're trying to get into it, huh?
Lakers, Rockets, Clippers, Nets. Someone's going against their old team.
Well, the Clippers are playing the Nets tonight. And
Yeah.
it got us thinking about James Harden.
I'm sorry. Do you mean the system?
I am the system. Oh, God. It's hard to... Listen, I'm not
He's
a
not
hater.
trying to be part of any system. He is the system.
I'm
By the
not,
way, he's made himself so unlikable.
Yeah, I'm not a hater, but God, it's hard to root for this guy. I think everything from crying until he gets what he wants.
Well,
and now
he should have a masterclass on that because he's gotten everything he's asked for.
It's almost like
props to him.
It's almost like, you know, when your kid doesn't eat their dinner and they still want their dessert, and you're like, and then finally you give in, you're like, fine, have the ice cream. You're like, oh man, I failed. I feel like every NBA team fails by just giving in to James Harden's requests. Guy didn't eat his chicken nuggies, but he wants his ice cream. And he gets it. And he gets it.
You know, and again, you tip your hat. Tip your Thanksgiving hat to the guy.
No, hold on.
Because again, he should be a consultant on how to get what you want.
Yes,
Now,
I have a pilgrim hat on standby at all times.
We started thinking about James Harden. He's back. And we started thinking about, remember when he wasn't such a pain in the ass?
Yeah.
You remember when he came into the league and remember what he used to look like?
And it does, listen, this is a testament to James Harden that he's been around so long that you get to see a grown man age in front of your very eyes. If a guy's in the league for 2 years, 5 years, what are you really seeing age-wise? James Harden.
A lot of these dudes come into the league. They look like baby boys. Right?
Yeah,
I mean, think of AD. He was like a little baby boy compared to how he looks now.
I mean,
it's a testament to the longevity of the career as well, for sure.
Correct. You're gonna see a guy like Wemby in 10 years from now, and you're gonna be like, oh shit, look at him. Remember when he was like a skinny baby?
And now he has a beard and dreads and everything else.
Well, look, you know what? Speaking of the Spurs, he's not on our list of top ones, but you maybe just think of Tim Duncan. He's a clean-cut guy. Now in retirement, he's got the longer hair. He's more
retirement,
of
though.
Okay.
We're talking about players who drastically look different from when they started to when they ended their career, for the most part, okay?
And James Harden, his career has gone by in a flash because you see him there looking all, let's be honest, a little thicker with the big beard and the receding hairline. Let's go back to the OG days. He seemed like he got the tight trim.
You don't remember the famous meme from it? It was James Harden and James Softon. And James Softon was him without the beard. You know, and it's just his little skinny face. And, you know, it's James Softon. James Harden, we know him as the beard guy. And he went from slim and trim to a little bit bigger, a little bulkier. But, hey, that happens with age. We're not body shaming. You know, just stating. Not hating, just stating here on Overpromised. So, James Harden, based on that, who else comes to mind?
You know who comes to mind?
Who comes to mind?
We love him every week on our Fox Sports radio show. And I think about the guy at least once a day. Mike Tyson.
At least once a day. It's like him and Abe Lincoln. I think about him at least once a day.
I mean, we've lived it. You know what it's like? It's like when you see someone every day of your life, you don't see when they lose weight, gain weight, go gray, go bald, because you see them every day. You tell some young kid like, you know that Mike Tyson, you know, with the great beard and the face tattoo? Here's the Tyson I remember when I was a little boy.
Now,
that's Mike Tyson.
Well, not only did his cadence change too, like because he used to be very fast spoken. Remember, I eat your children. He used to speak very high pitched. Now he's like very subdued and he's a deep thinker. And he's like, I don't like talking about me. I like the very, you know, I like clandestine conversations. It's one on one. You know, like he's very
slower.
He's very thought out. He's
guy.
very deep. Back then, he was very aggressive, very fast spoken. He didn't have the face tattoo, and that's really the biggest difference. He didn't have the face tattoo when he was Kid Dynamite. His nickname changed. He went from Kid Dynamite to Iron Mike. Now he's like Grandpa Tyson because his career continues.
You know, it's a wild one. Not as far as their visual, but you just brought up Tyson's voice. If you watch the Sly documentary on Netflix, he's listening to cassette tapes from the 70s where he's talking about making Rocky, and there's no like slow Stallone. Like it doesn't even sound like him.
Here's the other thing about fighters in particular about looking different.
Yeah.
You know, when they get into the ring, that's when we normally see them. When they're, you know, getting ready for a fight and primed and ready for a fight. They're in their best, most chiseled shape possibly. They're ready for the weigh-in. They're trying to make weight. They're in course top physical condition. You see these dudes toward the end of their career or even in between fights, they look drastically different. People that come to mind for me, Marcos Maidana, looks nothing like he did from the beginning of his career. You know, he put on a lot of weight, and you're like, that's the same guy?
Same dude.
Because you always saw him getting ready. Prince Nassim Hamed, fighters especially because of their conditioning, if you see them at the end when they're not training, it's drastically different.
All right, the next guy that comes to mind, athletes that drastically look different at the beginning and end of their career. I mean, the GOAT. TB12, Tom Brady. We all know the classic combine photo where he looks like a guy that's
by the way, those shorts are like oversized boxers.
Those, I mean, think of the time frame, right? Those are oversized 1990s boxers.
Those are like oversized Hilfiger boxers that we'd have all crammed into our jeans.
Think of the Tom Brady you know now compared to this Tom Brady who is not really in shape compared to that Tom Brady.
I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, here's a guy who actually got better with age. And when you see the face transformation too, that's always really shocking. It's a little suspect because like, yo, his face really changed.
I don't know if he got work done as much as just grew up, but there is that image.
I mean, it's possible.
It's that image where you see his face morphing from rookie year, like every year, like, and
it's drastic, but you gotta give him props. He looks great now.
The Tom Brady
whatever he did worked.
The Tom Brady in that combine photo, keep in mind, that's like fresh out of college.
He got that glow. He got that Hollywood glow.
Look at the Tom Brady progression. The progression of Tom Brady. Look at that third picture. The third picture looks like a guy that never got booty in his life. The guy in the bottom right, is like a supermodel.
He got the glow up. It's like the start and finish of American Idol. It's like, yeah, Clay Aiken, I don't know about that guy. By the end, he looks like he's opening up for Barry Manilow. You know, he's
Wait,
like,
you're saying
man,
Tom Brady got the American Idol
he
glow
got
up?
the American Idol glow up. Like, wow, he went all Hollywood, huh?
All right, the next guy that comes to mind, not only in movies, but you got to remember the origins of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He had hair, everybody.
He had hair and
Remember?
sideburns.
He had those dagger sideburns and the hair. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Then when the hair started to go, he said, "Take it home." And now you know him as like the most chiseled, veiny,
That's the
tattooed.
thing. He got way chiseled.
And it's the veiny. He's very veiny.
Very,
Very veiny.
very veiny.
And the tattoo on the pec. And, you know, now he's doing kids' movies and action movies. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, when he was just
Do you need a moment?
the original wrestler, The Rock, with look at his little blue elbow pad and his silly haircut.
Covino, you want to step out of the room?
yeah, do you need alone time?
He's very veiny.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I mean, look at the guy's veins.
And remember why we're talking about this, because James Harden is front and center. He's in the news again, and he's there with his beard, and he's back, and it makes you think of, well, you know, where he is now, but where he started. And let's focus on the beard and what a difference the beard makes. You could be some dude with, you know, very weak chin. Got that beard, you got a different feel about you. You know, you're feeling aggressive, feeling like the man. Look at Spot. Underneath that, we don't even know what's underneath that.
Underneath that's a
It's
goofball.
It's all goo.
So that brings us to
Well, hold
our
on,
next
hold
guy.
on. The Rock, when he first started Covino, I forgot, he went by the name like Rocky Maivia. Spot, if you could on the fly just Google image Rocky Maivia, he had like some wardrobe, like almost like he was trying to do the Tatanka Native American thing.
Yeah.
This is the biggest action star in the world that people say if he ran for president he would win because he's the most loved dude in the world. The Rock early on in his career is not even doesn't resemble The Rock at all right now.
His
Look at that.
charisma went up
Look at that.
next level.
He should imagine he wore that now.
I mean, times change, trends change. He changed, yeah.
Wow.
Goofy,
You know, and
goofy
he-
ass looking wrestler.
I hate to say it, because he became so chiseled, he actually got more handsome. So
Yeah.
props, he did it right. But back to the beard. Brandon Marsh. You know, we saw him in the postseason. We know him. Oh, yeah, the bearded guy. You remember what he looked like in the beginning of his career?
Brandon Marsh looks like a hobo, but early on, underneath all that,
Yeah.
he was on the Angels, correct?
The beard could change a player and how they look a lot. You know, I think of Charlie Blackmon too. Like you see a young Charlie Blackmon, looks nothing like the guy you know right now. Clean cut, look at that baby face.
look at that.
Guy's like a little fetus out there, and then you grow some hair.
His Bowman rookie.
Exactly, but the next one might be the most drastic of them all, but it's still not our top answer. Talking power hitting Sammy Sosa.
Now, I can't believe that before and after.
Well, again, you have to remember too, in his early days, in his early career, he was also very skinny. You know, just a slender, fit ball player.
Are you saying he took things?
Well, steroids, not only does a beer change you, but steroids will change you. Tattoos will change you. You know, as we saw with Mike Tyson and Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson had one tattoo when he started.
Yeah. Now,
Remember, he had, I think, well, one that I remember, he had the answer. He had that dog. So the juice could change you, but he took it
it
next
changes your
level.
skin color too?
Now, that's something completely separate, and that's still shocking to a lot of people. Because if you see an actual current day of Sammy Sosa, you're sort of blown away. You're like, wait, that's the same guy? Yeah,
Now-
exactly. That was the guy that was hitting home runs with Mark McGwire in '98. What in the hell? So, again, players who look drastically different, but from when they started
Yeah.
to when they sort of ended or wrapped up their
Well,
career.
A guy that became a fan favorite in New York that everyone loved. In fact, he's retired a Met because everyone loved him so much.
Oh, no, he's playing in Dubai, isn't he?
Oh, that's right. He might be playing in Dubai.
He's playing in a new league.
The image and thought you have of the legend Bartolo Colon is that he is this big, beefy, out of shape, like fun guy to root for. We forget the whole first chapter of his career. He was like an in-shape guy, pitcher that he never even had that reputation at all.
Yeah, I know. I remember him as a young player on the Indians. I think back to a young Manny Ramirez. You know, these guys just had a different physique about him. But again, Not hating, just stating. That happens to everybody. We get it. But Bartolo Colon definitely morphed into a different guy completely. And ran with it and owned it. He's still very limber. When I think of him hitting that home run, it was a classic moment.
Classic moment for sure.
Classic moment. And you know what? If we're going to call out other people, hey, take a look at us when we started off together as Covino and Rich.
It's been a minute.
Look, we went from boot cut jeans.
Are you wearing bell bottoms?
It looks like I'm wearing belt bottoms. It looks like I'm wearing, look at old guy, Rockports. Look at my shoes. My button downs, again, this is early 2000s. Button downs were a thing. Look at Rich. Couldn't even grow any facial hair, that guy.
No, honestly. I had like whiskers at best.
Exactly. So again, from when we started to now drastically, and look, you think I'm as svelte now as I was back then? I plan on being it.
You said that
I
every
still
day.
have hopes and goals.
Yeah, you've been saying
Because
that
you
for
never
years.
know. I might turn a corner and you saw The Rock do it,
Yeah,
bro.
you've been saying that
I'm
for
gonna come back veiny. Veiny, bro.
Veiny.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, we'll see you back on Fox Sports Radio tomorrow. Thank you, DraftKings Sportsbook, and another Overpromised on Friday. Thank you guys for hanging. We'll see you next time. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the over promised land.
Goodbye.